All right. Let's see if we can get this this method builder thing to work for iTask. Subverting tasks. Where's this live? System runtime compiler services. Okay. This is iTask. This is going to be task wrapper. Okay. I use task wrapper anywhere yet? We've got unit tests and now this thing. Great. Okay. So yes, I need to see if I can set this. So we do it this way. Okay. That's nothing there. Okay. So now we go here. Can we do iTest? Does this still compile? Nice. Then we can do I either. Does this still compile? Love it when a plan comes together. Okay. So then from here, just sort of get rid of all this. It's okay. I don't know the answer to this question. Lambda expressions and anonymous functions. There we go. Lambda declaration operator. Okay, so statement lambda is what I'm looking for. Consists of a method call, however, when creating expression trees, the limit method call says very size would be free share. The body of a statement lambda is only any number of statements. And practice are typically no more than 2 or 3 lines. Sure. Can't use statement lambdas to create expression trees. Sure. Expression. Okay. async lambdas. Okay. Lambdas with standard query operators. What's my question? Yeah, standard lambdas slower than expression lambdas. They are directly filed to IO. So just reminder here. So um, I have this interesting quirk that the factories for either the full here and empty are ref structs, and so you can't have a ref struct all across a weight boundary. So we can't say we can't just put this in here, for example, um, because what the compiler tells. Well, jeepers. I'm not sure I trust that that's happening. Hang on just one gosh darn minute. I'm really not sure I understand. So, wait, if I remove this, what happens? Is it now mad? Uh-huh. I don't know what's happened. I don't know what I did wrong. Uh, because this was the whole thing. I was going off on this tangent so I could get I either in here. Um, that's why I did that whole task thing. But now, because what was happening before is that this was not the right type. This isn't either. Yeah, what was it? Was I just did I just not have this before? Was, um, was I not awaiting? What is going on, man? Yeah, I'm gonna check this out for a minute. 'Cause this is just kind of just unreal. All right, so we're over here. Let's build. Okay, everything builds. Okay, bizarre. Let's check this out. Okay. Oh, Oh, well, this is all very annoying. All right, that's fine. Go back to this. Wonderful. We can have I either. We don't need an I task. So great. This doesn't need to be an I task. Things are good. All right. Um, Now this. Why is this working? Okay. This is not working. Ah. Okay. So the order of operations of this is that this is more or less equivalent to this. While here, to get a right, we have to already have left. So we will have called left, then to call right, we need to do this first. We'll have a left for this thing, which is an empty. Sorry. We'll call left, so we'll get an empty, which is a ref struct, which can't pass the boundary of then having to call this before we call right. And what I did here was try to um, just do the same thing for both. So there's like some uniformity. Um, so back to this. So what I'm trying to figure out then is it okay that these are statement lambdas rather than expression lambdas? Like, what is that going to do? Is that going to be really bad? Yep. And as usual, we have to do it ourselves. Um, what's the website I like? I can never remember it when I'm, unless I've been using it recently. No, what's it? What's this called? Sharp Lab. So what we want to know is it taking a func, returns a bool or something, and what we'd like to know is if we call foo with um, expression versus foo with some statements. And what happens? These are the exact same. Okay, let's do something more real in here. Maybe it can. Okay. So these look identical as well. See what we get from the IL. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, so it's defined up here. So we've got those two fields, and then we say here. mm, Okay, this is the return true. This is the other one. Okay, let's try this. We do want them to actually be equivalent is the problem. We want to compare apples to apples. So val mod 2 equals 0. Okay, so then here, val dot length. And so here, what we want to say is length equals val dot length if length mod 2 equals 0, turn true, else turn false. That's kind of what we want to do. So let's see then how these are defined. So let's go back to C sharp real quick. Yeah, these are the same, but let's look at the IO. Uh, Actually, we should probably really be comparing um, in release mode. But let's see. So yeah, we have to store some stuff local again, stuff like that. Okay, let's go release. Okay, get length. We'll load it up. Oh, this does a comparison. Okay. So let's do this. See what happens. Huh? No, surely it's different. Yeah, so these are identical. So I'm trying to make them different enough, like so that it matters, but not so different that we can't compare them. Like, how about this? So, still the same. All right, I'm going with it. I think they're the same. Okay. So, all right. So let's come up with names for all these things. I'll clean that stuff up later. Let's open up the either extensions. Sync either with sync delegate. Okay, so select. What other selects do we have? The one without a context, please. This one. Okay. So we have this variant. And then we have this variant. And then we're going to have one that takes in a task with an either. And then we're going to have one that is going to be await either, be await false. Um, select, left selector, right selector. And then the last one will have kind of the same deal, but it's going to return these as tasks. Okay, so return await either through await false dot select async left selector right selector. Mhm, mhm. That. So this should definitely be called select async. So then I guess then the question is public static async task of bool, not task of bool, task of whatever string, um, map. So this is going to take existing strings and body. Okay, so like this. Return val dot line, and then so let's say either left string right new exception or something. And then what we want to do that if async task int map again int val and val times two. Ah, so either select async um, map and then keep it self or something. Okay, this is selected. Right. So if we weren't doing this, what we'd say is var new either. So either dot select async map to. Oh, I called it map again. So map again. Okay, so now good. Where's this want to take us? It does want to take us here, so that's good. Can't figure out the values. So left is an int and right is an exception, and we're going to end with left or int an exception as well. And it figures it out. Oh, neat. Okay. New either. All right. And so now we've got a sync one. So this is select, map some more like this. This is still, I should actually do that. I either int exception. Okay. So everything's good. Oh wait, why'd this return? Oh, neat. Okay, okay. So this is looking good. So here's the thing. This task of an either with some tasks. Wow. slick, but I did this. And I did this. Yeah, okay. So you'll notice that kind of thing. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think it's good. And these are fair names, I think. The async ones are the ones that have async selectors. The non-async ones are the ones that don't. Um, yeah, okay, okay. So we got async here, then here. What's this one? Async either, async else. This is this one. Async either with sync delegates. And this is async either with async delegates. And this needs to be uncommented. And then we can get rid of this. Oh, actually, let's get rid of this. Why is it? Okay, it's still compiling. Great. Oh, okay, okay. So let's make sure I'm not going too far off track here. What are we trying to replace? It's got both of these, and this is being called somewhere where only one is actually. If we could do just select left, that would be swell. Where's this coming from? Okay, so pull this over here so that I can make sure I implement all the correct things. So what we really want is select left async. Okay, found the right one. Why is this mad? Type argument is not being inferred. So is this pass out from result? No, surprisingly. T left, T right, T left result, T right. That's what we're expecting. Ah, Now things are good. If we can get away with this, we cannot. Great. Okay, let's remove this shenanigans. Okay, and now let's go back to prevent context, select async. It's this one. Select left async. Shouldn't need to do this now. Okay. So back over here, what are we doing? So this select left is just that. Okay. And it calls select, which is this one, which is calling a different select. Okay. And this select is what ultimately is calling the apply. So let's do this select. Async task here. Uh, that was going to be the line that did it. Is this apply an extension method? No. So, wait, oh. It's going to be that boundary thing again with the ref struct. It is. Wonderful. Let's fix it. Okay, that's good now. Okay, so let's go back up here, select left, calls select, select left, okay. select left calls select with just the two things. And then that one is implemented this way. Mm-hmm. Okay. This calls this select, which is this one here. Perfect. Okay, so we got it. Compile, just to make sure. All right. And now we need this for the other cases as well, just to set the precedent, really. These are called select async. Okay. This is async either, async delegates. Cool. So task, task, and task. And now these should all be the same. Cool. So we're going to say return await either await false dot select left async left select. Cool. And then this turn either dot await f dot select async left selector right selector dot await f. Nice. And then this could be return either dot await f dot select async left selector right selector context dot await f. Okay, nice. And this one gonna be these without the tasks in the select in the selectors. And then we called async, and it is gonna have tasks here though. So this will be return either dot await f dot select left selector right selector context. Nice. Okay, so back over here, we should just be able to delete this now. Nothing interesting else besides the idea. Let's compile. All right, time to code review. So what we're going to code review is from here to here. Good. Says we deleted it, but we really turned it into this one. I think we didn't change anything. Let's see. Copy all that. Paste it here. What's different? Something is different. Good. It's partial now. That's the biggest one. Remove these. Okay. Make sure that's still compiled. Good. Now we're here. All right. So that's the first one. Async either, async delegate. Yeah, async either, async delegate. Comment line. We have no comment line. And then the namespace, and these should be inside. We're using all our using statements. Kind of use a class, and this one is static. Yeah, no read only. We do have some dead code. We have 100% dead code. That's annoying. That's okay. Precondition checks. Either left selector, right selector. Context is supposed to be, is allowed to be null intentionally. Okay. Either left selector, right selector, same deal. Either in left selector, great. Exception documentation. So we're done for the day. I'm gonna make a note where I'm leaving off. Code reviewing async plus async with a you are here note section documentation. Okay. Yeah, let me put